Assalamu alaikum everybody, welcome back to another video. Today's video is titled Finding Your Spark Again. So I define your spark as the part of you that allows you to show up authentically as you are, no shame, no guilt, no insecurities at the forefront, authentically showing up as yourself, who you are at your core. I wrote down a few reasons as to why I think people lose their spark, and also how I lost my spark and how I'm slowly starting to find it again. Emotional burnout and going through rejection and failure back to back, and just constantly feeling like you're not enough to achieve anything, feeling like you're not enough for people, and you start to question, what's wrong with me? Why can't I achieve these things? Why don't these people want me? It's just filled with a lot of this victimization mindset that I think leads to a lot of shame and guilt, and then starts to make you question what is inherently and intrinsically wrong with you, that you're never enough. Okay, this didn't work out for you. Maybe this pathway is not meant for you. Maybe you need to readjust your plans and your goals and try going through a different path. Start thinking, Allah is testing me. Allah wants me to come closer to Him. Allah wants me to become a certain type of individual, so He's putting me through these tests. And you can decide if you want to let yourself win or lose in this test. If you want to let shaitan pull you into a state of ingratitude instead of thinking, okay, wow, nothing is working out for me, alhamdulillah. The point that directly connects to this one is the people that you have around you. The biggest way that I think I lost my spark was I was surrounded by people who I never felt accepted me for who I am. Instead of allowing that to be their view and something with them, I internalized all of that, and I started to change myself in order to feel accepted and validated by other people. And I got so lost in that cycle that I started to question who I was anymore. What do I even like to do? Who am I at my core? The person I used to be, was that even real? And then I was chasing so much of this validation that I just sat down. And even that, I was like, what does this even mean anymore? Truly, I feel like I lost myself at my core when I was chasing validation from others. Instead of allowing that to be their view and their perception of me in the world, which has nothing to do with me, I internalized that and took it in. I made their perception of me a reality. Oh, that's what they think about me? That's literally what is going on right now. You need to not let people's perception of you define your perception of yourself and who you are at your core. And you really need to fill your environment with people who love you for who you are, embrace you for your flaws and your imperfections. If you are filled with so much insecurity and shame and all of these lower level emotions, you're going to attract other people that have those same level of emotions, right? Whereas if you're surrounded by people who love and embrace your uniqueness and who you are at your core, you're also going to do that for others, and you're going to invite that type of energy into your life. I think it's important to notice, just like losing your spark doesn't happen overnight, right? You don't live one day just being so happy to be who you are, happy with life, the best state, and embracing yourself. Just think about who you are when you're at your best. Overnight, that doesn't just, completely gone. I feel like it's a gradual thing with all these tests of life and people and experiences that lead to you losing yourself and going lower and lower. This might be a tough pill to swallow, but a lot of losing our spark comes with a lot of self-deprecating actions that we took. Negative self-thinking and self-deprecating actions that slowly led to you losing your spark. You need to now do the reverse. Start engaging in positive thinking every single day and actions that lead to you embracing who you are and feeling full and enough for yourself. Huge thing that I experienced when I felt like I lost myself that I lost my spark, kind of losing myself as well. I stopped enjoying doing the things that I used to love to do. Hated working out, hated journaling, I literally hated having a growth mindset. I just wanted to fully give up, right? And that's why I say a lot of this is self-deprecating actions and thoughts, because you are giving up on yourself. And then that's how you lose your spark. That's how you lose the best, most authentic part of yourself. It took me a long time to start to enjoy doing the things that I used to love to do. I had to work towards building it up again, and I had to work towards my mindset on a lot of things. I had to do a lot of inner work. So it's not like one day I just was like, I'm not going to work out anymore. I was working out and going on my runs and doing all the things that I used to love to do, but I wasn't finding any enjoyment out of doing them anymore. And instead of them making me feel fulfilled, it made me feel more drained and unhappy with life. I would say make a list of all the things that you really love to do or you haven't done in a long time. Start doing them, incorporating them in your daily routine until you start to love it fully. I don't think that you're going to find your spark just by doing physical things or focusing on the external. Like, these are elements, don't get me wrong, but if you're not in tune internally and connected and present with what you're doing on the outside, you're not going to get the full effects of it. So you really need to fix your mindset towards a lot of the things that you want to do in order to feel better and to find yourself again. And you need to be present, like be present and make the intention. I want to find myself again. I don't want to live in an unhealthy lifestyle. I don't like these beliefs I'm saying about these things that I'm telling myself. I don't like these people that are around me. Make your physical and your internal aligned and start acting in a way where you are fully in line with who you are. Like, you can't do all these positive thinking but engage in a bunch of negative self-deprecating actions, and vice versa. Quit the negative self-talk. Give yourself some love and attention and allow yourself to know, okay, you know what, I'm not there today. I want to get there eventually. We're going to get there eventually, even if it doesn't feel good, even if I don't find my spark, even if I'm questioning what is my spark, I'm starting to question who I am at my core, all of these things. It's okay. Just know you're on the right path. I always question whether or not what I'm doing is right. I will start to get this thought, what if I never find my spark again? But then I tell myself, if I had this thought and feeling that Allah instilled within me that I want to find my spark again, I'm a little bit confused right now. I don't know how that how that looks, but I'm just going to keep trying until I get there. And one day you are there and you're like, oh, I didn't even think that I was going to wake up feeling like myself again, but I'm slowly starting to. And then all of a sudden, wait, I don't even remember what it used to be like to live outside of who I am at my core. SubhanAllah, if the feeling is there, just know Allah is possibly guiding you towards finding yourself again. Start to write down in detail the things that you love about yourself, or you loved about yourself when you were in tune with yourself, when you felt like you still had your spark. What are the things that you had then that you don't have now? And now, okay, think about what happened to made you lose those things. So when you write down these things, look at where they're stemming from. And then you'll start to realize, oh my God, I didn't even realize that I was carrying these subconscious beliefs about myself based on the way people were telling me how I should and shouldn't act. When you lose your spark, you're losing the most essential part of who you are, right? It's not actually lost. It's still deep down within you. It's just covered up by a lot of nonsense. Our spark is here, and then there's all these things on top of it, right? So you need to sit down and unlearn all these beliefs and question where they're coming from and break them all down. So important to also utilize dua and to challenge all of these shaitanic thoughts or ways of living. Like the internal, we can also use dua for. Ya Allah, I'm thinking so negatively about myself. Help me become a person who's more positive. There is no limitation on dua. And I even got a comment where someone was like, how do I make dua? Dua is a conversation between you and Allah. However that looks and changes and works for you, start doing that. You know what I mean? Like, there's things in our deen where it's like, call upon Allah with his best names, because we know Allah has 99 names, and there are chances of dua getting accepted when you increase your istighfar. Like, yes, do things like that, but just sit and have a conversation with Allah. Like, talk to Allah like he's your friend. He can fix all these things. He can reverse all of the harm that you've done to yourself and what shaitan has led you to. Okay, have that in your forefront of your mind while you're making your dua. I feel like we overcomplicate it way too much, and that overcomplication is just an excuse for us not to take action to do what we know we need to do. A thought that I had while filming this video is, Allah gave you this life and these experiences and these personality traits and all of your quirks. Allah specifically designed every specific little detail in your life, internally and externally, for you to be who you are and the way you are. He created all of us differently. And instead of embracing that beauty, we want to conform and we want to lose parts of ourselves, and we are embarrassed by who we are and we're not enough. Like, you are enough because Allah created you like that. You only really need to be enough for yourself and for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's it. You don't need to prove yourself. You don't need to be enough for all these other people. When you're embracing who you are at your core and you're authentically showing up as yourself, you feel so at peace. Everything in the moment, you know, is like, I have everything I need. I'm happy. I'm showing up as myself. I don't have these insecurities. I don't want to change myself. I am just as I am. That's like the best internal peace you're going to get. As always, thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. I love to know your reflections and how these videos resonate with you. So please let me know and we can have a conversation in the comment section. Assalamu alaikum.